Hey everyone, welcome to the three-part series I've put together for you that's all about healthy, glowing, radiant skin. In the first part, we're going to talk about how to get glowing skin from the inside out and what's important related to what you're eating and what you're consuming from the inside out to help give your skin that natural, healthy, radiant glow that we all want. Something I want to encourage you about this three-part series, though, is I'm going to be sharing a lot of information. And for each webinar, you're going to have the recordings, so you can go back and listen to them as many times as you need to. But I just want to encourage you to not get too overwhelmed by the information. Pick out 1 to 3 items you want to implement from each webinar. And then what I recommend is a few weeks later, go back, re-listen to them again, or go back and take a look at your notes and pick 1 to 3 more additional items you want to add in once you have made the first 3 a really healthy habit. And I'll share in the last webinar some great ways to keep these habits going forward for you so that you are being successful with the changes that you want to make to not only have better skin, but just to be healthier. Because one of the things I love about the idea of taking care of your skin naturally is if you're doing it the right way and you're taking care of your skin by eating well and using good products on your skin and taking good supplements, you're naturally taking care of your health. So they're both so intertwined together. You really can't have one without the other. If you're taking care of your health, your skin is going to show that. If you're taking care of your skin, your health will also show that as well. So today, what I'm going to be talking about with all of you is how to defy the aging process. We will talk about how certain foods age us. We're going to talk about how to eat for optimal support. And then I want to give you guys some tips to turn back the clock as I'm going through today's presentation. So I want to share my story with you real briefly and who I am in case you don't know. I'm Wendy Mendoza. I'm a holistic health coach. I'm also a certified high performance coach through Brendon Burchard. And I'm also certified in live blood cell analysis. And I started around the age of 30 developing really bad adult acne. And I remember at that time, I tried everything that you could possibly think of. I tried prescription medicine from my dermatologist. I tried some of the popular over-the-counter creams and lotions and things that you see on infomercials. And some of those things did work for a little while, but the acne never fully went away and it always came back. So as I started to, at that time, also get into yoga, I was meeting all these different yoga practitioners who were a lot healthier than I was, who were vegan and vegetarian and drank juices and green smoothies. And I became naturally interested in what they were doing because they looked amazing. And as I started to clean up my diet, my skin started to change and shift and look better. Until finally, when I started to really get into nutrition and diet and health and wellness, and I started to really take a very active approach in how I was taking care of myself, the acne finally went away. But even though the acne went away, I still had a lot of scarring. My skin didn't look great, even though I didn't have acne anymore. So I became really interested in how can you repair your skin? Can you actually reverse the sign of acne scars and sun damage? And can you actually reverse the signs of aging? And I looked everywhere for a program that would encompass everything I was looking for, from what you eat to supplements to what you put on your skin to how to make some of your own homemade products from ingredients right from your kitchen. And I couldn't find anything like that. And around that same time, I was also attending the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which is where I completed my holistic health certification. And when I came out of that program, because I couldn't find a skincare program that I was looking for, I developed my own, which is Holistic Skin Academy. And I'm going to share with you guys at the end of this webinar how you can get into the Facebook group for free, which is a group that I give great content and videos and downloads and information that you can join and participate in. So that's what led me to skincare and why it's part of what I offer now as part of my coaching packages and also just an important topic that I enjoy talking about, and I love sharing information with people. So let's jump into this and talk about what ages us. I may have to pause from time to time to take a sip of water, you guys. Okay, so there are certain foods and habits that will actually accelerate the aging process. In this webinar, I want to start from the inside out and talk about what makes your skin actually look worse, ages it faster, shows more inflammation in your skin, redness, creates skin issues like rashes and rosacea, eczema, or occasional breakouts, those sort of things. And what are the top things you want to begin to reduce or completely eliminate out of your diet altogether? The first one is sugar. And this is a tough one for a lot of people, but sugar is one of the worst things for your skin. It ages you definitely faster than what you would want it to. So what happens when we consume sugar, refined sugar, there's a process called glycation that sets in, which is where sugar molecules combine with proteins, and that creates this glycation process. When glycation happens, it's when the sugar molecules attach to the collagen in our skin and weaken our collagen. And this makes our skin look less supple. We look older than what we are. We show our wrinkles. We show inflammation in the skin. And overall, it just takes away the vibrancy of our skin. So sugar is going to be one of the things that you definitely want to focus on reducing drastically from your diet, if possible, eliminating it altogether, except for maybe rare occasions where you're treating yourself. Now, I am going to attach for you a ebook that I put together that is a sugar detox, where I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do to begin to eliminate sugar from your diet. It's a 30+ page document. I have recipes. I have more tips on how to get through the sugar craving cycle, because it is a detox. For those of you who've done it before, you know it is not easy to eliminate sugar out of your diet, but it can be done. And I always tell my clients who have special events coming up and they want their skin to look better quickly, one of the best things you can do is go through a sugar elimination diet for about a week leading up to your event, and you'll notice a drastic improvement in the appearance and the vibrancy of your skin in that short amount of time. All right, the next item you want to think about reducing or eliminating from your diet altogether is alcohol. Not a big surprise there, right? But alcohol is, for one, very dehydrating. And when we're dehydrated, this shows up as inflammation in our body. Our skin obviously is dry. We have more prominent wrinkles. Our skin, this just doesn't look as vibrant as it possibly could. The other thing with alcohol, again, that's not a big surprise, is it affects our liver. We know this. And a healthy liver means healthy skin. Because when your liver is functioning well, toxins that could potentially affect the skin are expelled naturally through the body. But if toxins build up in your liver and they aren't broken down properly, your skin is going to develop a really whole host of issues like acne and wrinkles and inflammation and sallowness. And just overall, your skin's going to look older than what you actually are. The other thing that alcohol does is it triggers rosacea outbreaks. So if you struggle with this, it's something to take a look at with your alcohol intake. And again, the basic premise of this is the health of our organs equals the vibrancy of our skin. This is why our diet is such a key component to the appearance of our skin, because our diet obviously is directly related to the health of our organs, which is related to the appearance and the health and vibrancy of our skin. The next item I want to talk about is smoking. I'm really not going to spend a lot of time here. I think that one is pretty self-explanatory and pretty obvious for everyone, but smoking in general is going to age you faster. So if you're still smoking, maybe this is the time you start to think about getting in a program and quitting, getting with a support group, or just taking that next step to break away from that habit. The next food I want you to think about reducing or eliminating is processed meats. So that's deli meat, sausage, bacon. Most of these meats have sulfites and other preservatives in them, which triggers inflammation. And again, that accelerates the appearance of aging. They also tend to be really high in salt, which can make you look puffy. So when you're thinking about having meat products, go for the real product. Don't go for the deli processed meats. Go for a real chicken breast that's been cut up or sliced up. Okay, the next item, speaking of meats, is red meat in general, specifically fatty meats, because what they do is they promote free radicals. And this ultimately affects and damages our skin's ability to protect itself and generate collagen. So you want to cut down on red meat. Now, I'm not saying that you need to eliminate red meat. I'm not saying that you need to be vegetarian or vegan. Although I do think a diet that is heavy on a vegetarian focus is a great diet to adopt. I am not vegetarian, but what I try to do is keep at least 50 to 80% of my diet vegetarian, and I toss in some other things. I will eat chicken. Occasionally I'll have meat, and mostly fish. But if you are consuming meat, if you're someone who consumes meat on an everyday basis or multiple times a week, maybe think about backing off of that a little bit and just reduce it. Add in more of a vegetarian choice or go to something like fish. Now, when you do have your meats and your chickens, you need to focus on organic free-range products. This is super important. There's enough studies out there that have shown the negative side effects of factory farming and the hormones and the food that they're feeding these animals and the effects on those animals, which are then passed on to us when we consume those products. So again, look for grass-fed, look for range-free, look for the healthier organic version of those specific items. Super important, and it is, another piece of keeping you healthy, keeping your organs healthy, which is going to show up in your skin. The other item you want to think about is caffeine. And for those of you who love your coffee, I'm not saying you have to stop drinking coffee, but again, just being aware that coffee is a diuretic, and diuretics make you excrete fluid and deplete your body of moisture. So if you are a heavy coffee drinker, you may want to start backing off a little bit. Add in more water. Add in maybe something that's decaffeinated, like a tea, that isn't going to deplete your body of the fluids, which is going to dehydrate you, cause inflammation, and make your skin, again, look older than what it is. When it comes to all of these things that I'm talking about, one of the methods that I love to think about when I'm changing my diet is not necessarily that I want to reduce anything, even though I am giving you guys a suggestion to, hey, reduce this or eliminate this from your diet. If that's overwhelming for you, I want you to think about, instead of reducing it from your diet, I want you to think about what can you add in instead. So maybe when it comes to some of these things, like I talked about meat, think about adding in more vegetables versus eliminating the meat and trying to fill up on the healthier items first, so that then you naturally start to gravitate away from some of these things that you're trying to reduce in your diet. Now, I want to talk about the fact that what we eat is important for optimal support for our skin. The goal is to eat clean, which means no processed foods, no packaged foods. Basically, you want to focus on real foods, foods that are whole, foods that have not been tampered with, that don't come in a package. So that's your vegetables and your fruits and your healthy meats, your healthy fish. And again, what I like to think about is adding in versus reducing out as your first choice if you're struggling to make some of those changes. And I am going to attach, when I send out the recording of this, another piece of information for you which is some meal planning and recipes that you can tap into that's going to help you make some new choices and different changes as you begin to shift. So really what this is all about, you guys, is reducing your toxic load as much as you possibly can. So that's definitely your dietary choices. But we're going to get into, in the next webinar, the topical products that you choose to put on your skin, your hair care, your makeup, your lotions, your soaps, even the water that you're showering in, and how that is affecting how you're aging, because that is a huge part of the health of your skin, because everything we expose our skin to seeps into our body, seeps into our organs. And again, going back to what I said earlier, the health of your organs equals the health of your skin. Now, before I start to bring this to a close, I want to talk about some things that you can start to do to turn back the clock. Definitely everything that I've mentioned here already is going to be helpful for you. And it's going to help you do that if you can begin to be consistent and make those shifts. Now, I will tell you, you don't have to be 100% perfect all the time. I think a good rule is the 80-20 rule. Eat healthy, eat clean 80% of the time. 20% of the time, take that opportunity to have a meal that you really love that maybe isn't so healthy, or have a dessert, or consume something that you really are craving, but then get back at your healthy focus again that 80% of the time. But a couple of other things I want you to think about doing to take care of your skin. Be very cautious of over washing your skin. I see people do this all the time, and especially people who are struggling with acne issues, or they have occasional breakouts. They tend to want to overwash their skin, thinking that that is what they need to do. However, I recommend for everyone that the only time you need to wash your skin is in the evening. You do not need to wash your skin in the morning. When I talk about your skin, I mean your face. You do not need to wash your face in the morning if you've properly cleaned it the night before. All you need to do is splash it with water, or if you're taking a shower, you can put your head under the water, get your face wet like that, but don't use any soaps or cleansers on your face in the morning. And the reason for that is because you want to keep the healthy oils on your skin. That is what's going to keep your skin looking youthful, keep it healthy, keep it moisturized. If you're washing the healthy oils off of your skin all the time, you're stripping your skin down, and over time, that's going to age you. The second thing that is important for our skin is exercise. And one of the reasons is because when we exercise, specifically when we start to get our heart rate up and we break a sweat, this helps to dilate our pores, and sweat will expel trapped dirt and oils out of our pores. You just want to make sure that you do wash your face after you've been exercising and take care of it in that way. But it's almost like getting a little mini facial when you exercise, and you exercise enough to the point where you are sweating. It doesn't have to be a major, huge workout, but it is really beneficial for your skin. It also brings circulation to your to the surface of your skin, which is going to help your skin look more vibrant and healthy. But it also reduces our body-wide inflammation, which helps to regulate significant hormones and prevents free radical damage. So when we exercise, there's so many benefits happening beyond just the physical appearance of our body, or even the cardiovascular health that we're getting out of that. One of the other things that happens when you exercise is the tiny arteries in your skin will begin to open up, which allows more blood to reach the surface of our skin, which helps to deliver nutrients that repair damage from the sun and environmental pollutants. So it helps to rev up our skin's collagen production, which helps to ward off wrinkles. Because as we age, the collagen producing cells in the skin, they get fewer in numbers. as we age. But the nutrients delivered to the skin during exercise help this work more efficiently so that your skin looks younger. And you can see this in people who take really good care of their body, who have a strong exercise program in place. They naturally look younger. And this is a big reason why all this is happening each time that they're working out, supporting their skin. The other thing that you need to think about when it comes to skincare is taking a look at your digestive system. You absolutely must have a healthy digestive system for the sake of your health, but it's also imperative for your skin. Poor digestion not only puts stress on your body, but it builds up toxicity, which usually shows up in the form of acne, eczema, or even other skin issues. So our face, again, it's a reflection of our internal organs. So you want to make sure that your digestion is one of the areas that is working really well. The last piece of information I want to provide you for this first piece, so for this webinar, is your sleep and the quality of your sleep. You want to make sure that you're getting great sleep, that you're doing all the common sense things to sleep well, like not eating too late at night, making sure you're not drinking caffeine too late in the day. Make sure that you get off your electronics at least an hour before you go to bed. That one is so important, that I know for a lot of people has become such a problem in households all over the world. But it will drastically improve the quality of your sleep if you can get off your electronics an hour before you go to bed. The other thing is, when you don't sleep well, this negatively affects your cortisol levels, which in turn increases your blood sugar levels, which in turn increases the aging process. I'm going to give you some more tips on this in the upcoming webinars, but for now, I just want you to think about improving your sleep and doing some things that can help you, that are just basic common sense. But I'm going to attach another piece of information in the follow-up email to you with this recording so that you can have some better sleep tips that I really love, that go a little bit deeper beyond just kind of the basic things that we all know. All right, I hope this was helpful. I know this is a lot of information, but I also know that if you can start to implement 1 to 2 to 3 of these at a time, over the course of a couple of months, you will see a difference not only in your health, your energy levels, your digestion, but certainly the appearance of your skin. So the next topic, which is Monday, which will be at 12 noon, and that is a live recording. So if you want to join me, make sure that you dial in at that time, and I've put the conference call information below. Or if not, if you can't join me, I'll have this recording or the recording back out to you Monday afternoon. But we're going to talk about what's the best topical support for your skin, what to use and what to avoid. There's so much advertising and misrepresentation around this topic, and it's very, very confusing. But the good news is this is actually a really simple one to follow once you know some basic things. The other thing I want to encourage you is, if you have not joined our private Facebook group for Holistic Skin Academy, you certainly can. I have the link below in the email that's coming after this live webinar. So just click there, I'll approve you, and again, it's totally free. I put content in there each week to help you with different skincare tips. I am encouraging people to ask questions. I want to see a lot of interaction in that group and support, and hear what's happening with everyone in regards to their skin. All right, everyone, thank you so very much. I will talk to you on Monday for webinar 2. The third webinar of this 3-part series will be on Tuesday, and we will go deeper into skincare. Thanks, everyone.